The digital Elara is a brand new design. It's not outcropping of a previous design, but it is built on 150 years of experience from Haag-Streit. I think there's a lot of potential for this platform to grow. This is a very interesting concept, this projector light that Haag-Streit has developed. It's no longer a halogen or LED that's projected downward through a mirror. Instead, the entire light source is a projector. You can project numerous colors. Theoretically, you could project a movie through the device if you wanted to. But it's projecting white light, so it's a nice, smooth, even beam, and it's easy to make high or wide or narrow. Previous slit lamp designs required you to increase width at some point to increase brightness of the light. Here we can have the narrowest of beams, and with a quick flick of your wrist, you're increasing the intensity of light as well. This is a completely new concept in slit lamps. We previously had 3 light settings, low, medium, and high. You had to choose one and stick with it. This one is a continuous range on a rheostat that's combined with the slit height and the slit width. So with one hand, you're controlling width, height, and beam intensity through the projector. The advantage of having a projector system for the light is that, number one, it's going to be long lasting. You're not going to be changing bulbs. Number two, the entire device is much smaller without the light tower on it. And then number three is a wide variety of light combinations that you can use that were not available in previous slit lamp models. The big change is a color you can't see, and that's infrared. We can now project infrared light onto the eye. This is a great way to look at meibomian glands. Previously, you had to buy an expensive device just to image the meibomian glands. Now your slit lamp will do it, and it will take pictures of it at the same time. The motorized controls are very nice. At first, it feels somewhat strange to touch it and have it move. I'm used to spinning the joystick and letting it kind of glide and then grabbing it to stop it where I want it. It's kind of like the difference between a manual transmission and automatic transmission. As soon as you get used to it, you realize you're never going back. So many multifunction buttons are going to bring the presets exactly where you want them, so you can do your exam much faster. The presets are interesting because each physician can have their own preset. So when you enter the room, you simply tap on your name, and all the presets that you prefer are now ready to go for this patient exam. That's going to be different if you're an oculoplastic surgeon, an anterior segment surgeon, or a retinal surgeon. Now with the presets, a quick tap on the screen or a turn of the rotary knob, and you find yourself with all the settings automatically adjusted to your liking. The joystick and the touch screen layout is all ergonomically designed so that one hand can reach the touch screen while you're using the joystick. The joystick has at least 3 different functions on it at any time, and then very close to that is a selection wheel. You can change magnification, elevation, focus, or a soft touch wheel that's going to be programmed to what you want it to change. For example, light intensity, slit width or height, or changing modes in the slit lamp. So with 2 hands never leaving the slit lamp, you're accessing literally hundreds of different options and different combinations of options for how the slit lamp's going to run. I think the Elara 900 was built around ergonomics. It was built around making it easy to use, making it fast to use, and giving the surgeon more options than they've had in the past. Ergonomics are becoming more and more important in slit lamps. You can have neck problems with improper positioning at the optics. It's also important for patient ergonomics. Most slit lamps in the past did not take into consideration the patient position, and it was always a challenge to get the patient properly aligned and the doctor properly aligned. This slit lamp has a headrest that's actually canted forward of the table. This gives a lot more room for the patient to fit behind the slit lamp and not have to bend over at the waist to put their chin and their forehead properly in the headrest. Once they're sitting upright and looking straight ahead and properly in the headrest, now it's much easier for me to address the patient without bending over as well. We've improved the table of the slit lamp, which makes a big difference. We've made an in cut so that the doctor can come closer to the slit lamp. So it's much faster to set the patient up at the slit lamp. And then the exam is much faster with the presets. The digital platform definitely improves our workflow. And with practice, you realize you get exponentially faster at your exam. There's also a built-in camera. With a simple long push and the button on the top of the joystick, you bring up the camera and start taking pictures immediately. And that is an amazing tool to teach patients and their families what's going on in your eye exam. The only time we'd get digital slit lamp photos on a patient previously is when there was something very unique about their disease process. Now every patient can have very quick digital slit lamp photography done. Even a live video can be mirrored on a screen next to the device. The family can see the exam if you so desire, and you can quickly show the patient exactly the degree of their cataract. This helps a lot in people understanding why surgery would be important and what we're trying to accomplish in surgery. So this level of education is actually going to take some getting used to. Patients are really going to be educated about their disease process because you couldn't spend this time with them before. They just had to take your word for it. Well, the slit lamp is our tool in the exam lane. And so yes, we're using a slit lamp all day, every day in the clinic. I think most doctors will admit that there's Haag-Streit and then there's everyone else when it comes to slit lamps. And the majority of eye surgeons have probably used Haag-Streit at least somewhere in their career. A slit lamp is typically a very long-term purchase. So people might balk at the idea that they're going to spend so much in their capital equipment up front. But there's one place that you really don't want to shortchange yourself, and that's the device you use every day to make every surgical decision. That's the slit lamp. You really want to make sure you love your slit lamp.